One thing people often ask is, what is the best morning routine? In other words, how do I start off my day in a way that helps me be productive later on throughout my day, that helps me get shit done and achieve my goals? So that's what I want to cover in this video. I'm going to give you my recommendation. Experiment with this. Don't take my word as the holy gospel or anyone else's word. Experiment with these things yourself. So I have divided this into 3 stages. I'm going to go through them one by one, and we're going to make this short, quick, and easy. Number 1, absolute no-go is this thing. These are Z's. So whatever you do in the first 5 minutes that you're awake, do not snooze your alarm. The reason for that is it sets you up to lose in your day. You're literally telling yourself that those 5 minutes of sleep are more important than your goals. You're telling you that you aren't worth more than just 5 minutes of terrible sleep. Because let's face it, you're not gonna get into the deep sleep that helps you relax. And so you're telling yourself that you aren't worth it. So don't do that first thing in the morning. So second thing then, first thing I do when I wake up is I get up, I go to the fridge, I grab one of these, and I drink water. Like literally in the first 15 to 30 minutes, I make sure I drink at least 1 liter. Sleep dehydrates you like crazy. So if you feel like you never have energy in the morning, start drinking more water first thing whenever you wake up, and you will feel a lot better. And by the way, this section is what I would recommend for literally everybody. And from there on, we go to more person-specific tips. Third thing, try to do something that energizes you. So this can be some light exercise. You can pump some music. My only recommendation with this is don't use caffeine. Why? Because your body isn't really set up in the first 90 minutes. I learned this from Alex Huberman. But in the first 90 minutes, your body is not set up to receive the energy part of it. But it still does help you gain the weight. It still makes you feel lethargic afterwards, but you don't get the benefits. So try to find something, maybe some light exercise. Maybe you do some jumping jacks or some push-ups or some stretching, or maybe you put on some music and you just go crazy for a moment, right? Whatever you do, try to get yourself to a state of being awake as quickly as possible. For some people, this is going to be easier than for others. I am absolutely not a morning person. Absolutely not. But I still try to get myself moving as soon as possible. So, second stage. This is your stage of ideation, I would say. And so, these are the 2 things. Read or write. So, my recommendation, do this part. And that is to journal out. You know, what do I want to do today? Right? Is this my goal today? Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? Because how can you have a productive day if you don't know I'm heading in this direction or I'm going that way? If you don't have clear goals, clear intentions for your day. What I can guarantee you is that other people do. Your boss wants you to behave a certain way at your job. There are hundreds or thousands of ads that you see every day that want you to buy something or vote for a certain candidate or change your opinion on this topic. Everybody in the world has an agenda for you. If you don't start your day with getting clear, like this laser focus on what is important to you, how do you manage your time, your energy, your effort? It's very, very difficult to do that if you don't know exactly what direction you're heading in. So the other thing I would recommend, if you're a slow starter of your day, if you're not a morning person, reading can actually be a very good thing. Why? Because whatever you consume is going to consume you. It's a bit of a tangent, but for example, think about a drug addict. It's an extreme example, I know, but they don't just feel the high of the drugs in the moment, but the other times of their life. They are obsessed with where they're gonna get their next high from. They're gonna be thinking about the last time. They're gonna be thinking about the next time. And so what they consume, in this case the drugs, It consumes their life. It's not just in the moment. Another example, which is less extreme, could be if you play video games. You're not just spending the 1, 2, 3 hours. You might be in bed 2 hours later. And then you're thinking, ooh, wait, tomorrow I can repeat this quest. Oh, I came so close to beating that boss. And it's still on your mind. So when you start your day with reading, you put more positivity, more inspiring things, more information into your brain. And by the way, you can actually replace this with the third option, which is the play button. Like watch a video like this, for example. And even if you don't get out of bed yet, even if you are that absolutely slow starter, if you can watch some educational video on YouTube. Don't go scrolling through your TikTok. Don't go watching cat videos. Something that is educational, that's gonna fill your mind, that's gonna help you stay more positive throughout your day. If you can do that in bed, I would still consider that a win. And so experiment with this, whatever works for you. I would recommend actually doing this and then add these two as you please. Third thing, and this is how do you get started with being actually productive? Because this is the foundation of getting your energy up as quickly as possible. This is about setting your mind right and setting your direction right. Now we're actually going to move forward. And there's two philosophies for this. Maybe you're familiar with Brian Tracy's idea of eat the frog. Yes, this thing is supposed to be a frog. I'm a terrible artist. Please don't judge me, or do. I don't give a flying fuck. So either you're going to eat the frog, meaning do the most difficult thing first thing in the morning. The philosophy behind this is that if you do that, everything else is gonna be feeling better by comparison. Because you already did the thing you feared doing most, the thing you've been putting off most. And so if you're a morning person, for example, this thing is probably your way to go. However, here's the thing. For example, I am a night owl. I am absolutely not a morning person. So if you get me to do my most difficult task in the morning, it will not get done well and I will feel terrible the entire way. I'm just not awake enough yet to deal with that shit. So instead, what I would recommend in that case, if you're not a morning person, is go this route. And what this is you start snowballing your day. Meaning, pick something that is productive, that gets you towards your goals, like you specified, that requires the least amount of effort. So for example, for me, I could write a post on social media. I could just think of something. I could go to ChatGPT and create a new image for one of my social media posts. Right? Something that is quick and easy to do because it gets me started. And the barrier to entry is extremely low. This thing, it takes some courage to muster up the energy, the mental strength you need to go and do that. If you're not used to it, if you haven't trained your discipline yet, this is hard to do. But with this, you start with the easiest thing, you start this thing going, and then later on in your day, it helps you keep the ball rolling. So whichever route you choose, pick the one that you think works best for you, try it out for a few months, and if you notice that things decline, try the other route. So that's what I would say as a morning routine. Very simple. Energize yourself through hydration and preferably through some exercise or getting yourself moving in some way or whatever you can do to get energy. Get strategic about what it is that you want to achieve, where you're heading, and try to get something positive into your mind. Because if you start with that, it's going to be on your mind. It's not that you put the book down and suddenly all of those thoughts are out of your head. They're still there, they're circulating, and they affect how you go throughout your day following that event. Third thing, do a productive strategy. You want to shorten the time between when you wake up and when you get started. You don't need an elaborate 178 step morning routine. No. You need to get yourself started, hydrated, and into gear. If you are a morning person, try eating the frog and doing your most difficult thing first thing in the morning. Muster up that courage and do it, because the rest is going to be easier. Or if you're not a morning person, start with something easy that builds momentum so that you can go throughout your day in a way where you actually get shit done. That's it. That's how simple my morning routines are. Experiment with this. Try it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. Do what you think is going to work for you and experiment. That's what life is about. We're all different and there is no one size fits all. But this is going to give you a pretty solid foundation. And with that said, give this video a quick thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.